Reflector friend, and welcome to your personal development reading for the month of February 2025. My name is Christy, and I am so honored to be coming to you from the traditional territory of the Tsawwassen, Musqueam, and Coast Salish peoples. All right. I am also so happy and grateful that you are here to join me for this reading on how you can best spark some more personal growth, whether that be spiritual, intellectual, body, mind, or spirit. It doesn't really matter whichever way is going to be meaningful for you, as well as come into the cards. But let's also keep in mind that this is a general reading for all reflectors. So, as with any reading, take what serves you and release whatever does not. I always find I can usually take something. I take something from almost all of my readings, and they're not even geared towards me. So, here we go. All right, just remember, we always have free will choice to take or leave it. And of course, we are measuring the energy of what's just happening right now. Lots of energy. Okay, so I have already super shuffled the cards and meditated and asked for your highest and best reflectors. So let's remind Spirit that we're here and get going. So this week I was very drawn to the ocean, and I have an ocean spirit oracle deck and I have a mermaid deck, and I couldn't decide between the two. So we're doing both. We're getting two oracle cards to help us on the path of personal development. All right. So which card from the ocean spirit oracle helps our reflectors? Okay, and we have flexibility. Look at the gorgeous colors, like just like an aquarium, right? So it says embody the new. Okay, so reflector, where are you stagnant in your personal development? We tend to get like really used to listening to certain YouTubers, listening to certain people. Like I know in my personal development journey, I started off with good old Tony Robbins, and I invested quite a bit in learning from him, and it was worth every cent. And then it came a point where I needed something different, right? And so I moved on to something else. So, where are you being inflexible in your personal growth? Maybe it's time to change something up a little bit and try something new. Okay, so embody the new. And then we'll see also what our mermaids have to say about this. Right? Mermaids for our reflector friends. Okay, we have patience. All right. You know, it's funny when I was super shuffling the cards, which I do in this way. I just learned when I was, just shuffling a regular deck. I look at every card, and this one really stood out to me, and so I'm not surprised that it is coming up. So we also need to be patient with ourselves as we make these changes, because like it's life. We don't like there is a destination, and it's the end of our time here, but it's not about like achieving. It's about who you become. Okay, so personal development and like manifestation is not about what you get. It's about who you become in the process, and then you vibrate at a different level. There's all these different things. So that's coming through as well. Okay, so we've got flexibility and patience. I did yoga for the first time. Well, not the first time. I do hot yoga pretty regularly, but I don't usually do it for my readings. And I did today. And so I'm wondering if my energy is going to be different just from because I'm like so relaxed. Right. Okay, so here we are. We have back with our 7 card spread. Okay, the first is the issue. So, what is getting in the way of your personal growth? And then the 7th card will be the outcome, and I will fill in the stories as we go. Okay. All right. So, the issue reflector is, oh, interesting. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups. That's going to fit very well with our flexibility card. Okay, so the 8 of Cups. And then we have card 2. Well, the 10 of Swords. Card 3 will be the Knight of Cups. Card 4. This one is the mama card. I will tell you right now. I have anyways, card 4. Card 5, Wheel of Fortune. This is interesting for you, Reflector. Definitely. Okay, card 6, the Page of Wands. And then our outcome is the 7 of Wands. Okay. let's dive in. Okay, so let's first of all start with the issue. Okay, so the issue is we've got the Eight of Cups here, which is a really interesting card to me. It's one of the most interesting cards in the deck because this person is leaving behind something that they thought was good. Now, this actually completely fits with your trying something new. And the issue is that there's this fear of letting go of something that maybe like used to serve you, right? It used to serve you, but it no longer does. So there is a departure coming that you're afraid to take, that you're afraid to move on from. So perhaps you've been working with a mentor for some time and you have outgrown them. I've had a couple of different business mentors, right, where I paid them to learn how to do certain things. And then once I learned as much as I could from them, I switched mentors and or took a break and just did my own self stuff and like or kind of deepened my own practice, those kinds of things. So the question to ask yourself, reflector, is who or what are you unwilling to leave behind to move forward? All right. Now, the result, I like to go straight to the end here. Okay. So the outcome, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, this is also an interesting card in this position because there's still this very strong sense of defensiveness. So there's other things that are very clear here that you need to start focusing on letting go so that you can bring down your defenses so that you can be a bit more open because something is getting in the way. Your own defensiveness is getting in the way of your next step of development, right? So perhaps maybe you've invested a lot of money. I'm not saying if you invested a lot of money in your person and it's all paid and done, like ride out that service, but maybe make space for something new, okay? Because that's definitely on here. Okay, let's take a look at, we're going to go to the Ten of Swords. Okay, so the Ten of Swords is really, it's again, I mean, I think all the cards are interesting, but there are certain ones that are, it's like, it's weird because it looks like so like dead, done, over with, which is what I'm getting for this from whatever your situation is that like it's dead, done, and over with. But the fact that it's wrapping up is a blessing in disguise because tens are about completion. You're wrapping up with whatever this is in this stage of your personal development, whether that be, again, like I said, that relationship with the mentor, just like the same old YouTubers that you keep watching. I've got my favorites, I've got my subscriptions, but I also leave space open for some newer things to come in, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing that and like kind of like mixing it up. I do some of my stuff is spiritual and some of it is financial and some of it is like right now I'm into like things about learning about Japan. So like and like how they culturally do some things there, right? One of the things today I had a bit of a cold shower after hot yoga and it's supposed to be 30 seconds, but I did it for 5 and tomorrow I'll do it for 10 seconds, right? So baby steps. I also learned that you should clean your toilet every day, which is really interesting. And it has nothing to do with germs and all about being humble. So, yeah, the things you learn from YouTubers. Okay. So, the message here is that we are getting that it's time to move on, but there's this feeling of defensiveness around this not feeling like it's over yet, but the cards are confirming. All right, so let's move on. All right, now we're going here. Okay, so now we have the Two of Pentacles. All right. So this is a lot about, this is my juggle is real card. Okay. So the juggle is real. And it is about juggling your resources. But remember, resources, yes, they are money and possessions. And this could be feeding into your decision of why you want to stay kind of stagnant and not be that flexible person who can embody the new. Okay. So maybe that's part of it. But it's also about like managing your time. Do you think that you don't have enough time to do more personal development? Listen, there are all these pockets in our day that you can do a whole bunch of stuff in. Okay. And I'll bet some of them happen from not watching YouTube videos, but keep watching this one. But also for like things like social media, there's all these pockets in our day that you could be doing some personal development that you have not yet found. So the juggle, yes, it's real, but you can do it, right? Like if this is like this person is successfully doing this, but again, also twos are about choices. So how are you going to spend your money? Okay, how are you going to spend your money or your time in terms of your personal development? Because you are definitely, definitely, definitely being asked to make a change. Now, it's time to shift gears. It's time to, it's this like a turning point. Okay. So there's something, remember, like there's something that's really holding you back from that next level. And you are at that turning point over the next few weeks. Okay. You're at that turning point. So the most important thing is to be open and to drop that defensiveness from about moving forward and about moving on and being inflexible because this wheel turns no matter what you do, right? Change is the inevitability of change is one of the only constants in life. So if you're being invited to grow, it's time to be open to that so that we can have some new ideas and some new passions. Okay, next we have our friend at the Page of Wands who represents a new path with a passion. Okay. It is time to start talking about the things that you care about. For me, I remember when I had my spiritual awakening, like I was already teaching a bunch of personal development and whatnot on a different YouTube channel, and on, social media and whatnot. And I was, when I had my spiritual awakening, that, oh my goodness, from going from like a card carrying atheist to somebody who's agnostic, to now all of a sudden like channeling messages from spirit, and having this really incredible life. I was afraid to talk about it at first because I was afraid of how it was going to affect my other relationships. But here's the thing is that yes, some of those relationships have dwindled and petered off, right? Most of them aren't dead, but like I just don't I talk about spirituality with those people, and that's okay. It's not like the center of my world. I have lots of, just like most people, have lots of different facets to who I am. So I just pick something different that we have in common, like health or our kids or whatever, activity, travel, like it doesn't matter. Anyways, so, but you're really being encouraged in terms of your next step is to start talking about what you're passionate about. Okay. Start being open about it. It's not time to hide anymore. The result of that, too, is we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, like you could be attracting, this isn't a romance reading, but you could be attracting someone who's more along your vibe, whether it's a friend, but they're going to be charming. They're going to be like, anyways, it's really interesting. Be a little careful with this person, like, but they are definitely, and in the spread, they're looking, okay, so on the spread, they're like this, okay? So the knight is looking at you and in your defensiveness and going, okay, come on, right? Like, let's maybe like soften a little bit and not have our walls up so much. So the knight is saying, like, give us a chance, right? Like, let's kind of like, let instead of making decisions cerebrally, let's make them with emotions. Now, as your reflector self knows, you need to be very careful about who these people are who are influencing you. Okay. But it's really important that you start to open up with this. And also, last but not least, have some patience, right? It's not, again, it's this whole journey. Some people do kind of switch overnight. Sometimes it's because of medication. Sometimes it's because they have a revelation, whatever. People do change, can change very quickly, but it takes a while for all of that to like cement in and like really like take hold and help shape who you are as a person. Okay, well, that's great. Okay, so flexibility reflector, which you're really good at, by the way, as it's like one of your main qualities is that you are really flexible and like malleable. So be patient, let's let those walls down. Like it's this whatever's stopping you from this next step of personal growth, it is time to release it and or at least release enough space so that you can welcome in something new. Okay, that's what I've got for you this week. I will see you back again. Actually, no, I will not be next week because I am doing My very first psychic fair on Saturday, and I am so excited. I will put the link to that in the comments because if you're in and around Vancouver, BC, it's only $5 to get in. I think we've got like 30 to 40 vendors, and it's going to be a big deal. So you're welcome to come and join us. I'll make sure I put that in the comments. Okay. Bye.